Juneteenth jubilees, job junctions, and reptile roundups. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, June 21st edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. Juneteenth is our newest federal holiday, and Stafford is in its second year of celebration at the Stafford Center.
Juneteenth is a holiday that celebrates the end of slavery in the United States. On June 19, 1865, the enslaved people in Texas learned they have been freed. Although President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation was issued on January 1, 1863, Juneteenth also became a federal holiday in 2021. Juneteenth is a symbol of freedom for African Americans, and I would add also for other people. Juneteenth is also reminding us, don't repeat injustices to other people.
I want everyone to appreciate just the fact that this is about liberation and it's about freedom. This is a freedom day. The 4th of July is a freedom day. This is a freedom day. Let's thank God for the freedom that we have in this country, the United States of America.
The city of Stafford, council and mayor have chosen and voted to make this Juneteenth a holiday. And we just celebrate the rich history of what brought us here today.
It's a celebration on the end of slavery. And this, even as dark as slavery is, we're not going to sugarcoat it. But we can celebrate the end, and we have to remember those before us.
As it relates to this event today, Stafford is a part of the avant-garde. Stafford is one of the first cities now in the state of Texas to honor Juneteenth as a holiday. I'm proud of the mayor of Stafford for what he has done. Councilmember Bostic, who made the motion to make it a holiday, and then Mayor Pro Tem Alice Chen was a person who seconded that motion. The mayor, of course, guided us through it, shepherded us along the way, and we now have the holiday. Thank you to all of the members of the City Council and Mayor for what you've done to make Juneteenth an official holiday here in Stafford, Texas.
We had an emphasis on making this an organized, family-friendly event, and that was the goal for everyone. And also, most importantly, celebrating and educating the community on the importance and history of our own Texas holiday that's actually now a federal holiday.
Juneteenth is the best day to educate everybody about the history, about the slavery, about the 1963, June 19th. They already made a proclamation say, free all the men and women and children in Texas. But guess what? They had to wait for 2 more years to let people know. The 2-year delay is 2 years of suffer and pain for all these people still feel they are slavery. So I would like to say it's a time for all of us to learn Juneteenth. It's American history and make our community a better and strong community. So I'm so happy to celebrate Juneteenth as our city, Stafford City holiday.
The second annual Juneteenth celebration, we were able to pull off our first one last year. And so the second one, with the help of the Juneteenth committee, I want to give a big thank you to them for helping us get through this process and just making everything happen. Once again, it's not me, it's them. And then I like the fact that we have buy-in from the community.
Everybody else does their Juneteenth events outside. That's the best part, that we're inside, we're in the AC, and everything is free. I wanted to make sure we had a Juneteenth-inspired menu, so our caterer, he had a business in Stafford. He came up with the menu last year, and then he did a totally different one this year. And I wanted to make sure that we had some stuff for kids, so it's family-friendly.
It's a communities program. Keep that in mind. So anything that we have to do, it has to be inclusive to the community and make sure that everybody can be here. Because once again, this is Stafford, America. This is our city, this is our community, and I'm proud to be from here and continue the legacy.
Next up, Sean Pettit digs into the history of Juneteenth with a special guest.
1865, General Granger comes here And his whole goal was to come out here and let people know about General Order Number 3, which links back to the Emancipation Proclamation. He did a tour of Texas, spreading the word about General Order Number 3. When he came here with units or detachments of the 13th Corps, which were all white soldiers that came here. But there were some black soldiers in the Galveston area at the time of this proclamation. So this booklet right here is the Proclamation of the Emancipation. This was created by a gentleman named John Forbes, December of 1862. This was just before the Emancipation Proclamation. So how did he get a copy of the Emancipation Proclamation to do this? That's the question. Now, he created or printed out over 1 million copies of this booklet. This booklet was meant to be handed out to Union soldiers, and as they came across blacks in the South, they would hand these booklets to them so that they would know about the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, when General Banks came here in 1863, who's to say his troops weren't issued these booklets as well to hand out here in Texas? Well, the tools themselves aren't indicative to Juneteenth, but the soldiers that fought in the Civil War, a lot of people think that all they did was fight. They did a lot of building. I'm here coming in as an engineer from the 1st Corps de-Afrique Engineers. This would have been an engineer's castle, letting people know that we were engineers. Not all blacks were picking rice. Not all black were picking cotton. A lot of them were skilled labor. They were jewelers, they were wheelwrights, they were barrel makers, they were carpenters, they were farriers, they were roofers, brick masons, you name it. Nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about this pamphlet. So with my organization, I try to find things that people really don't know a whole lot about and try to present that to them to get them to start thinking a little bit differently about our history. Because our history is bigger than what a lot of these history books says. You know, I love the fact that we have Juneteenth, but I don't like the fact that people really don't know what was behind it that helped that, this Juneteenth happen. So I got my collection here, and like I said, I talk about the old tools, but when I'm talking about these old tools, it's not just old tools that I'm talking about. A tool can be anything. A tool can be these checkers. This would have been a tool used for entertainment. The tool could have been my can opener. This would have been a tool used to open up these cans. And then on this table here, I would have my farrier tools and some of the weapons that the soldiers would have used back then. But the problem I had when I first started doing this was, how am I going to talk about old tools when everybody else is talking about guns? I'm talking about hammers and shovels. Well, I said, I'll bring my weapons, and I know the kids will ask me about it, and I can segue into tools. But I think that we should put some emphasis on the history of Juneteenth so people would know. I feel that if people knew, or if we knew our history, maybe we would change our attitudes, we would clean up our language, and maybe we would treat each other with a little bit more respect once that we learned that we truly are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors.
Us old-timers remember getting excited when the circus came to town, but I have to say I don't recall them coming to our school. As Enrovy Nathaniel shows us, that's not the case anymore.
Hello everybody, we are so happy to be here today at the high school gym in Stafford, and we're bringing our circus show here. It is a professional circus show. We've been all over the country, and we love to perform today for the kids. During the summer break, this is an educational show, and we teach all kinds of things, but also we perform professional circus acts. The kids had a blast on our first show. We have one more, and we're happy. Again, I was born and raised in the circus, and I perform in Vegas. And from Vegas, I moved here to the Houston area, and we've been performing all over the place. I recommend the show. And again, we are happy to be here in Stafford and bring in some joy, entertainment, and also some education for the kids. We educate the kids on the performing arts. So we do music, we do dance, we do some circus acts, and all kinds of entertainment to entertain the kids. So we are really happy again to be here and be part of this big event, and during the summer, so the kids can be indoors too. We did balls and some flying hats and pins and all kinds of things to entertain the kids and to see the kind of skills that we also have, because now we not only teach, but we also show them what a professional performer is. So we have also aerial acts, as an aerial silks, which we had an acrobat up there performing some aerobatics on the aerial silks. So we have all kinds of things. Also, we have one of my performers perform shape manipulation. It's a giant cube, very heavy, that he spins and manipulates as a part of a juggling act. So we have a balancing act. We have all kinds of things. And also, we have some music where the kids were dancing during the show and enjoying the whole performance.
Job Seeker Summit, next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
Need a job? HCC is willing to help with frequent job fairs, this time on the Missouri City campus in honor of Juneteenth.
City of Missouri City and connecting with the Houston Community College Job Fair for the Juneteenth celebration in this area has been fantastic. FedEx is one of the vendors that came out. We are currently recruiting for our part-time package handler, along with other positions that are available within the company. We range anywhere from full-time management, also to part-time package handlers. So whatever you're looking for, FedEx will provide that for you. Not only for our part-time and full-time positions, we're also offering a full-time benefit package, which consists of medical, dental, and vision, along with tuition reimbursement up to $5,000 a year, including 401k for our part-time package handlers. I would like to thank everyone that came out to this event that supported Houston Community College and the City of Missouri City. They had several vendors that came and supported and was very supportive of the job seekers. I can say that our table alone had over 50 applicants that visit the FedEx table.
Snakes invade library. Next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one. We are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
The Houston Center for Contemporary Crafts' current exhibition takes us on a trip through the modern world of glass blowing.
Welcome to Disclosure, the Whiteness of Glass. This is an exhibition by an artist collective called Related Tactics, and it is based on a creative game of telephone that started with a data set that they took about the demographics of the glass field in 2020. Based on that originating data set, they made more kind of expressive, gestural data visualizations based on kind of the lived experiences of BIPOC makers in the field. And then they invited 6 artists to write instructions based on those data visualizations. After those 6 artists completed the artist instructions, they invited 6 more artists to create glass objects based on those instructions. So this game of telephone kind of completed during a convening at Temple University in 2021. And what you're seeing on view here is everything from the original data set and the data visualizations and instructions to the studio ephemera, the broken shards of glass, the sweat, literal tubes of sweat from the makers, everything, all of those kind of drawings and ephemera that happens in the studio, all the way up to fully realized works of art, like the one behind me here. So this is meant to be viewed in the round, and it's really an exhibition that celebrates how glassblowing requires teamwork, listening, and is really this collective activity that can lead to systemic change for the better, more equitable conditions in the craft world. So this exhibition traveled to Houston from the Corning Museum of Glass in upstate New York. It has been on view in 2 other locations, and we're very lucky to have it. This is the first time it's been on view in the southern United States. And it's really a collection of some of the most prominent and exciting glassblowers in the field today. I think what connects both of these exhibitions on view right now at the center is a sense of convening, congenial spirit, getting together. Georgina is referencing these urban spaces where people come together, like at a fountain or at a playground, kind of these open spaces where people convene. And this exhibition similarly is carving out space for BIPOC makers to convene, process, create artwork together, create magic together. So I think both of these are really celebrating the spirit of collective action and collective making.
Summer's here, and that means outdoor time. People do, however, share the outdoors with critters like snakes, and that can be dangerous. Fort Bend County Libraries aim to make outdoors a little more hospitable. Texas has snakes, we all know that. But if you want to know more, the place to go is the library, where you can meet Texas snakes and more.
Well, it's a company my wife and I started, or I started it pretty much all by myself, but she gave me so much support. You'd be really surprised how supportive she was. And it was an idea of originally just starting to teach people about snakes, and mostly adults, not thinking kids would be involved. And then probably a year into it of doing some safety meetings like ExxonMobil and Johnson Space Center, stuff like that. Engineers mostly, and people that are working out in the field, that kind of stuff. And so that was working pretty good. Wasn't making enough money to get by. I was having to do other things to make money, but I was still doing what I love for a living. And a friend of mine goes, "Hey Clint, why don't you do my son's birthday party?" And I'm like, "Do what at your son's birthday party? It's getting weird." And so he goes, "Bring your snakes." I go, "Ben, you got snakes?" And he goes, "Your snakes are cool." And so, well, they are. So I do his kid's birthday party, 2 moms at that. Party wanted me to do their kid's birthday party, and the rest is history. All of a sudden, I do more kid programs than I do adult programs, and that's all not my idea. That was a friend's idea. It's around 2,000 to 3,000 people are bit by venomous snakes, unfortunately, in the state of Texas. It's usually copperheads, but it can be other snakes as well. There'll be 3 other, which would be a cottonmouth, a rattlesnake, and a coral snake. When I say that, we don't have but one snake doctor in this entire state, and he's in Kingwood, Texas. Doesn't help you if you're in El Paso. But if you happen to have the internet and you happen to have Facebook, there's a Facebook page called National Snakebite Support. 3 of the best doctors on the planet will be commenting, "You're not paying." And these people could charge whatever they wanted. They're that good. And you'll be able to tell your doctor, "Oh no, you need to run this test right here. You need to, oh no, you need to up the antivenom. No, this is what you do." They will manage your snake bite from that website because Facebook is live. Very different than other mediums we have out there. So they're able to help people. And on top of that, we have about 5 or 6 vets that are also on it, animal vets. So your dog, 100,000 dogs get bit. That's not good. I try not to ever say, "Don't kill a snake." I do my best never to say that because I don't think that helps. But what I do think helps is teaching them about snakes and teaching them to back away and respect them. Because if you learn to respect something, you'll like it. And that's my belief. I don't know that's a fact, that's what I believe. But the snakes, what I want is snakes to keep their heads, because I'd never say it to the kids because it sounds morbid, but if somebody chops off a snake's head, which is how most of them are killed by humans, that head stays alive for up to an hour. The snake is in severe pain. They have nerve endings just like you and me, and they are in severe pain. And if it happens to be a venomous snake, it's actually a dangerous situation. So, don't do stupid things,
For Great American Pastimes, this is Randall Williams. That's a wrap on our news for this week. thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news. This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.